So Self-Improvement Week was a thing on a different channel 3 weeks ago, but it was really good. I'll link the playlist, and I'm going to go with that for the topic of this week's video. Things that I think I need to improve on, ways that I'd like to improve myself. Maybe some of you will have the same sort of tendencies that you want to improve, or if you have different ones, then let me know. The first one is my attitude to learning, which seems to have derailed over the years. Probably because of school and university and stuff. I'm quite an inquisitive person in general, and I like learning. But as I've gotten older, I seem to have got this mentality that if I learn something, it's sort of filling up hard drive space in my brain. I only have a certain amount of gigabytes that I can use, and that makes me want to only learn things that are really important. And if there's something that I'm interested in, and I'm like, oh, I want to read more about that, or sometimes I won't do it because I'm like, well, I've got to learn about this first. Whereas in reality, the more things that you learn, the faster your brain becomes, the more neuronal pathways are activated. So expanding your knowledge is actually a good way to increase your ability to learn faster. So I need to stop treating my brain like a computer, basically. For example, I can speak Spanish. I learnt that when I was quite young. But I never learnt another language in case it made me forget Spanish. I thought, oh, if I learnt French or Italian or something, then it would sort of replace Spanish in my brain and I would only be able to speak one or the other. But I don't like that way of thinking. I think it's really limiting. Never learning another language again in case you forget one that you've already learned is a way more detrimental mentality than trying to learn quite a few languages. So I want to be open to learning more things without fear that it's going to clog up my brain or something stupid like that. I also want to become faster at making decisions and better at sticking to those decisions. And I'll give a really small example of this. If I have free time in the day, often I'll think, oh, there's loads of things I could do. I've got an hour's free time. I could read a book, I could watch an episode of a TV show. Sort of end up spending the hour sat there considering all the possibilities I have to do in that hour. And then the hour goes by and I don't do any of them. I've sat there the whole time considering my possibilities, which is a waste of time. I should, at the first thing, say, right, I've got an hour, I'm going to read a book. And just go read a book and then use the hour. And I always think, oh, but what if I read this book, then I'm not spending the time, watching this thing that I wanted to watch. But obviously considering all of them means that I don't do anything. So just picking one and doing it is way better than staying there and considering, because if I do that, then the hour will just go by. And the last way in which I personally would like to improve myself is a bit of a curveball, I suppose. It's to not want to improve myself as much as I do. Self-improvement is good to an extent. It makes you actively seek out problems in your life that are blocking you from getting to the person that you want to be and try and change them. But if you focus too much on improving yourself, then you're reinforcing a sort of mentality that you are not good enough or unworthy in some way. I think it's much healthier to focus on the good aspects of yourself. Think about the things that you don't want to improve, that you think are fine as they are, and focus all your energy on those just as much as you focus on things that you would want to improve. It's very important to not let other people tell you that you're not good enough, but it's even more important to not let yourself tell you that you're not good enough. I think I'll end the video there, so let me know any ways that you guys would like to improve yourselves and whether or not you think that that idea gets you down in any way or makes you feel sort of unworthy. Thank you for watching, give a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
That was the first time and it's the last time.